Hey guys, it's JSV. I'm going to do another knife comparison review. Neither of these knives I've reviewed, but I'm going to do a little comparison on them. These are very familiar knives for most guys out there, and if you're just getting into knives, I'd recommend both of these as kind of a must-have. These are kind of the standard issue of knife collectors or knife users or that type of thing, in my opinion. Okay. Sorry, this one's got a lanyard on it. This isn't standard. Okay, this is your Benchmade Vex and your Spyderco Tenacious. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that the Spyderco Tenacious is, if you're looking at the exact same price range, Spyderco Tenacious pretty much wins hands down on almost every aspect. Even though the Benchmade Vex is a sweet knife, don't get me wrong, I really like this knife. But if you had the 35 bucks or whatever to spend, and you're only going to buy one, this would be a better choice. Okay. So let's just start with the the Spyderco Tenacious. All right. The first thing I really like is this big, huge opening right here to get your finger in. Okay. As you can see on the Vex, there's not as much room. And this knife has a really nice solid lockup, full flat grind. 8CR 13 MOV, same as the Vex, but this blade's a little bit thinner. Has that full flat grind, and this also has very good jumping. Okay, very nice jumping underneath as well. Okay, and I'll show you on the Vex. Just doesn't cut the mustard. But super sharp from the factory, they both were, so don't worry about that. 4 position clip points, right, left hand, tip up, tip down. Nice options, Spyderco. Way to go on such a a cheaper knife. A lot of people would say that this knife is more of a birdline knife. I would agree. I don't think it's up there with the full Spyderco knives. Blunt Truth made a good point of that. He said that Spyderco shouldn't even put their name on it. And yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. They shouldn't have put their name on it. But I think it's a great knife for the money, and I think that Spyderco's kind of smart for making a less expensive, good knife like this, a decent knife, to get guys who are into knives into the Spyderco line. Gets them in the game, makes them start thinking about it more. Guess what? Then they're buying more Spyderco knives because they've had a taste of something like this. So they know there's good stuff to come. I really think that this lockup is really good, especially compared to the Benchmade. The Benchmade, this is all the way over. The Benchmade, when it's locked up, it seems like it's only 3/4 to halfway over. I wouldn't really know the durability on that because I haven't really tested it. But G10's got a nice, good feel to it. Okay. Nice big lanyard hole on this, which has like a stainless bushing inside, which is kind of nice. And this has the adjustable pivot point, and it's all built on the Torx heads there. Torx heads, X heads, whatever you want to call them there. The whole liners. The liners in this knife, I believe, they're drilled out. You can kind of see the holes there. They're drilled out. Okay, to save weight. Another plus there. So we got full flat grind blade, which is an opinion thing. I love that. Really good jumping. 4-way position clip. Drilled out liners. Just some good positive points on a Spyderco Tenacious. If you don't have a Tenacious, buy one. You're not going to be disappointed with it. I mean, it's a great knife for the 35 bucks range. I mean, jeez. Buy this knife. Shouldn't have to tell you more than once. Okay, so let's move on to the Benchmade. Things I do like about the Benchmade that I don't like about the Tenacious, it does have a lot wider of a grip. But the grip is short, and I'd imagine if you had big hands, this would be a tough thing to get a handle on. I don't have big hands, but I'd imagine if you had big hands, you'd probably only be about 3 fingers deep on this. This has a reversible clip, but it's 2-position right or left hand and tip down only. So, wah for all you guys who like the tip up carry. You ain't getting it on a Vex. Another nice thing on this is this does have the dark coated pocket clip, where your Spyderco does not. So that's a nice little thing. It'd have been even better if they made it flat black, but the gray is better than polished, in my opinion. The G10's not as grippy, but I actually kind of like this pattern too. Another nice thing that Benchmade did is they brought the jumping down onto the liners, but this jumping is horrible. Is this even jumping? I mean, it's more like a a pattern, you know. This doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm like really digging my finger in there, and it doesn't do anything. So that definitely could be improved. I really like the blade shape, how the blade comes all the way down, and this is almost a full flat grind. You can see kind of where the grind starts way up here. One nice thing Benchmade did do is they rounded off this whole top smooth, which is kind of nice. The liners are not drilled, which I think if you handed this to somebody who's not really into knives, they'd be like, wow, this thing's solid because of the weight. But we all know that, hey, you know, the more weight, this is more to lug around. And then the other thing I was telling you guys too is you can kind of see that liner there. See, it's just sticking out a little bit. It doesn't go all the way across. And I don't know about that. I'm sure it'd be alright for regular use, but I don't like how it doesn't come all the way across. I have a really hard time getting this blade open with one hand. You got to really get down on it. You see that? Versus this Spyderco. And that's because look how much room you have. Again, look how much room you have here, especially with gloves on. If I had big gloves on, it'd look like an idiot trying to get this knife open. I mean, you can hardly get just your thumb in there. And again, I have small hands, you know. So, but I still really like it. I still really like the Benchmade. I'm guilty of liking knives even when they have a lot of negative things going on. So, I guess really the only big positive on the Benchmade, in my opinion, is the pocket clip. It does have the thicker grip for a better handle. You get a better grip on it, the thicker clip. And it also has the titanium coated blade, which is kind of cool. So kudos to them for that. But the other stuff can be improved. But again, $35 knife. This is a lot of knife for the money. This is a lot of knife for the money. So the winner is the Spyderco Tenacious. If you don't agree, or if you have a better knife in that $30 to $35 range, I also showed you guys an Ontario Rat 1, which I think is another awesome value. Show it. Post a vid, man. I want to see it. You know, because I want to buy one. You know, I want to check it out. So post a vid, post a comment, questions, whatever. Subscribe. Let me know what you think, and you know, we'll take it from there. I'll have some more vids coming up for you guys. I'm going to do a flat bird by Spyderco. Small little utility knife. I'll do that coming up, and also have a surprise vid coming up probably within the next week or so on something kind of custom. So wait for that, and I appreciate you guys watching the vids. Take care.